অ্যাটাভিজম 19th সেঞ্চুরির একটা থট প্রসেস ছিল। ও সময় মানে একটা জীবীর কিছু কারণের জন্য কন্ট্রাক্ট করতেও পারে আর এক্সপ্যান্ড করতে পারে বলেছিল। মানে কিছু কারণের জন্য ও কন্ট্রাক্ট করে প্রিমিটিভ স্টেটে চলে যেতে পারে, ডিভলিউশন বলে। আর অ্যাটাভিজম রিভার্সন বলে মানে যদি জেনেটিক ট্রেট গুলো যদি সাপ্রেস করলে অনেক দিনের জন্য, সো কিছু দিনের পরে ওটা রিঅ্যাপিয়ার করতে পারে বলে। সো আর মানে আমি ক্লিয়ারলি বলতে পারি রামানুজার ফিলসফির মধ্যে এক্সপ্যানশন এন্ড কন্ট্রাকশন বলে মানে কন্ট্রাকশন কখন হয়? যখন কিছু আমরা পাপ করি কিছু মানে কিছু ভুলভাল করলে জীবী কন্ট্রাকশন হয়। এটা রামানুজের ফিলসফি। ব্যাড কর্ম যদি পাপ কর্মগুলো যদি করলে আর অজ্ঞানগুলো করলে অনেক আর প্রাপঞ্চিকতার ওয়ার্ল্ডলি ডিজায়ার্স থাকলে কি হয়, আমার ডিভাইন ক্যাপাসিটি ডিভিনিটি কম হয়ে যায়। সেই জন্য জীবই একটু কন্ট্রাক্ট হয়ে যায়। আর যদি আমি ভালোবাসছি, ভালো কাজ করছি, ভালো আলোচনা করছি, জপ ধ্যান করছি, এভলিউশন হবে, মানে ডিভিনিটি ম্যানিফেস্ট হবে। সেই জন্য আমার জীবী আর মানুষ এটা কি বলবো, এটা এভলিউশন হবে, না হলে এক্সপ্যান্ড হবে। সো দ্য whatever Ramanuja says, that is the law of contraction and expansion, because based on bad actions and good actions or thoughts, the same idea even the present or the Swamijir Shamai at atavism বলে একটা 19th সেঞ্চুরির থট, কিন্তু হিস্ট্রি জানি না আমি কোথায় ছিল এগুলো সব। 19th সেঞ্চুরি থট প্রসেসের মধ্যে একটা ছিল। So Swamiji is drawing the parallel between atavism and Ramanuja's Vishishtadvaita Vedanta. See, I mean, you have to understand from the context, Pavoli. Okay. Now, Advaita, when you speak of Advaita Vedanta in Karma Yoga, Swamiji makes it very clear. Here also, he will be making this clear afterwards. একজনকে আমরা পাপী বলি, এ পাপী মানুষ, দুষ্ট মানুষ যদি বললে, সো অদ্বৈত বেদান্ত বলে, সো যদি আত্মতত্ত্ব, সবাই আমরা আত্মতত্ত্ব, সেই জন্য ভালো খারাপ যে বলি, আত্ম ভালোই নেই, খারাপও নেই। তবে একজন মানুষকে ভালো মানুষ বলছি, একজন মানুষকে খারাপ মানুষ বলছি, তবে ভালো খারাপ কাকে বলছো তুমি? যদি বললে ওটা আমাদের সূক্ষ্ম শরীরকে, মনকে। ওর মনের মধ্যে অনেক দুষ্ট কর্ম, দুষ্ট আলোচনা, চিন্তনা আছে, সেই জন্য পাপী মানুষ। সে সদাচার আছে, সদ আলোচনা আছে, ভালোবাসা, স্নেহ এসব আছে, সেই জন্য ওকে ভালো মানুষ বলি। সো ইট ইজ অনলি এক্সটার্নাল কভারিং, এটা অদ্বৈত বলে। কিন্তু বিশিষ্টাদ্বৈততে বলছে, মানে যখন তুমি ভালো কাজ কর্ম করলে তোমার জীবী ভালো হবে, বড় হবে, এক্সপ্যানশন। আর যদি তুমি অনেক পাপকর্মগুলো, পাপ চিন্তনগুলো যদি করলে তুমি কন্ট্রাস্ট হবে, সংকোচ হবে, সংকুচিত বলি আমরা সংস্কৃতে, জানি না বাংলাতে আছে নাকি, এটা সংকুচিত হয়ে যাবে। সো এটা জীবের মধ্যে হয়ে যাবে বলে রামানুজার সিদ্ধান্ত বলছে। কিন্তু অদ্বৈতার মধ্যে এটা খালি মনের মধ্যে থাকে, কিন্তু আত্মের মধ্যে থাকে না। সো এটা পার্থক্য আমরা বুঝতে হবে। সো অ্যাটাভিজম রামানুজার ফিলসফি মোটামুটি প্যারালালি সেম আইডিয়া আসবে বলে স্বামীজি বলছেন ওখানে। I hope you understood now.
Yes. Means what I found it like atavism means our traits, human traits, they become dormant for some some species, and then it again reappears like that, no? Biological.
Yes, there's a difference between Ramanuja's philosophy and atavism. In Ramanuja's philosophy, the actions and results is been ascribed to soul or the self in the Ramanuja's philosophy, whereas when it is come to atavism, it is mostly about the human being, about the mind and the brain and the personality or the organism they are speaking. They're not speaking of the self actually there.
Yes.
Yeah, genetics, mind, brain activities, all these things they are speaking. I mean, at superficial level, I'm speaking, of course.
So, just a curiosity for Ramanujan, Ramanujacharya, these Jivatmas are many? Means it is
Yes.
okay. So, that contraction and expansion is for the single individual Jivatma. Whoever is doing
Yes.
good is expanded like that.
You are right. Yes. But Jiva, what Ramanuja says that, for an example, in Advaita, there is no essential difference between Supreme Self and individual self. जीवात्मा और परमात्मेर मध्य असली माने इनहेरेंट नेचर देखले किछु पार्थक्य नहीं किंतु विशिष्ट अद्वैतटा माने माने मानबे ना नो नो वी कैन नेवर से दैट गॉड इज गॉड एंड आई एम ऑलवेज आई कैन बी एट द मोस्ट पार्ट ऑफ इट আমি ওর অংশ হতে পারি ভগবানের অংশ হতে পারি so I'm because I have come from him so I'm the spark of him I'm the part of him I can never become him এটাই একটা পার্থক্য and in Dvaita no আমি আলাদা আর ভগবান আলাদা completely we are different we can never become God or even we are not part of the God even এটা বলে দ্বৈত philosophy.
So, in Dvaita, like liberation means going to the Vaikuntha and so on. So, for
Yes.
Vishishtadvaita, what is that? Expansion means finally you are expanded, but you are never become equal, same with the Paramatma. Like,
See, for them also mostly going to Vaikunta, Kailas, Vaikunta or any Loka and staying near God is what they also speak mostly. They also speak mainly that one only. But you can be part of it. Like for an example, Shanka. If you see the Ramayana story, Vishnu's Adishesha, serpent, Vasuki, it became Lakshmana. And Shanka and Chakra became Bharata and Shatrughna. So like that you can become in the Narayana's hand, you can become Shanka, you can become Chakra, you can become Gada. So like that Amsha when you say that. Yeah. So what was another question?
so salvation and freedom. Salvation is not mukti.
See, salvation, I mean, emancipation, freedom, all these things are more or less synonyms only, but where you are using it. Now, the salvation is used mainly in the Semitic religions. The word salvation is used mainly in the Semitic religions, that is in the Islam and Christianity and Jews also. Of course, I don't know about Jews, but in Islam and Christianity, for them, salvation means what? Going to heaven. That's all. Not merging with God, not being the part of God, not going to heaven. So for them, why rest in peace, they say. আমরা তো এটা বলতে থাকি, এটা ভুল আমাদের. We should not speak when a person dies, rest in peace. Why? Because for them, যখন ও মরে গেলে, so they bury them, okay? They don't burn and they bury. Fine. So at some point, it is called Judgment Day. According to their theology, it's called Judgment Day, both for Muslims and Christians. On the Judgment Day, you are called. It might be same day, it might be 1 week, it might be 1 month, it might be 1 year, whatever. God calls you, God summons you. Then you will go there and your good and bad actions has been weighed. What you have done, good actions, what you have done, bad actions. If good actions are more or less more, then you are sent to heaven. And if bad actions are more, then you are sent to hell. So that's why till then you are rest in peace. Till then you take rest. Till the Judgment Day, the God calls you and summons you and etc. Till then you rest. That is the reason rest in peace, they say. And unfortunately, we don't have that concept at all. Unfortunately, that saying has come. If someone says rest in peace, I say, personally, I say we should not say that. What you say, Sadgati is better. Sadgati, Om Sadgati, using that word is better. So that is the difference. So salvation means what? So on the Judgment Day, so based on your punya karma or whatever, punyas or good actions, then you'll be sent to heaven. And Islam and Christianity, they don't believe in rebirth. That is also one thing. And we believe in rebirth. They don't believe in rebirth. Yeah.
So actually in the first sentence of that paragraph it is written, does not talk of salvation but of freedom. So freedom means
Yes.
freedom of the soul, means Atman.
Yes, that is mukti,
Huh.
eternal freedom.
Yeah.
Once salvation is going to heaven, that's all.
Huh.
Because even in Vedas also has told this, attaining, going to heaven and all. But the Vedas themselves says it is not permanent in nature. Once you are exhaust your punya karma, you have to come back.
Hmm.
So in that way, salvation is not the permanent nature not permanent nature. Whereas the freedom is the permanent nature. That's why we don't speak of salvation, we speak of freedom, basically.
Okay, so let us start for today's class.
Yeah.
Our Sashtanga pranams to Sri Sri Thakur, Sri Sri Mayan Swamiji Maharaj, and our humble pranams to revered Maharaj. We are starting with the next session of our discussion on lectures from Colombo to Almora. We are using the book this of 33rd reprint June 2011, and we will be starting from the page 159. We are discussing the talk on Vedanta and Indian life. So yes, Maharaj, please start.
Yeah. Jananīṃ Śāradāṃ Devī Rāmakrishnaṃ Jagadgurum Pādapadmē Tayo Śritva Pranamāmi Muhurmuhu Namah Shri Yatirājaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukasvarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. Yeah. So probably we'll be going 4, 5, 6 lines, and afterwards I will ask you to stop, then we will go for discussions.
Okay. So this is the one great doctrine which the world is waiting to learn from India. Whatever they may talk, however they may try to boast, they will find out day after day that no society can stand without admitting this. Do you not find how everything is being revolutionized? Do you not see? Do you not see how it was the custom to take for granted that everything was wicked until it proved itself good? In education, in punishing criminals, in treating lunatics, in the treatment of common diseases, even. That was the old law. What is the modern law? The modern law says the body itself is healthy. It cures diseases of its own nature. Medicine can at the best but help the storing up of the best in the body. What says it of criminals? It takes for granted that however low a criminal may be, there is still the divinity within which does not change, and we must treat criminals accordingly. All these things are now changing, and reformatories and penitentiaries are established. So, with everything, consciously
Yeah.
or okay.
So what is the gist of this small para?
So that outlook has been changed from the previous generation. So previously everything was considered bad until proven good, and now it is the opposite.
See, in the beginning of the line itself, Swamiji is saying that this is the one great doctrine which the world is waiting to learn from India. Which is the doctrine? If you see earlier paragraph, the same paragraph, that was the divinity of the soul. The Swamiji's central message is what the divinity of the man. So his whole teachings is always in and around the divinity of the man. Divinity of the man means what? I am that Atman or Brahman who is divine in nature. So divine mane Indro or Varuna, Rudra, not becoming any deities, not any celestial beings. Divinity is what? Awareness or consciousness. All right. The moment when I understand I am that Brahman, I am that consciousness or awareness, or even everyone is consciousness or awareness, what happens? So what? The question might come. So Swamiji is speaking the practical aspects of Advaita Vedanta if you practice. In the olden days, for example, if you see in the Western psychology, they started with, after positive psychology from Seligman and others, it has changed. But earlier, if you see, because there is a problem in human being or in human mind, that's where we have to correct it. So psychology came into picture. If you Sigmund Freud's book, if you read, or philosophy, if you see, he defines man as a sexual animal. Whereas in Indian philosophy or Indian psychology, for example, which is the Patanjali Maharshi is the father of Indian psychology, if you see, it is not so. So the whole Western concept, it started with basically man is not perfect, man is a sinner. Even their their theology also says that. Whereas we say that we are divine. And people may mock at us, but today slowly people are accepting it. Now, we probably in our school days, we had said reform movement in America, that the prisoners should be treated as human beings on the humanitarian grounds. Instead of punishing them, we should create an atmosphere by which they should become useful people for the society. That has been changed. And now, instead of pulling down people, we should encourage. For example, when we were students, parents and teachers used to say, "Oh, you participated in competition, you didn't get any prize. What is the use?" But now we have been asked to teach to the to the children, and for the parents and teachers, they have told it is not important what you get the prize or not, but participation is more important. There's a change in the educational outlook itself. So that's why earlier teacher said, "You don't know anything, fool. Listen to me. I am teaching you." So that because the child's mind is empty, empty mind, or like a blank slate. Tabula rasa from Greek or Roman philosophy comes. Now, present system, education system does not accept it. That's why teachers are called facilitators. Facilitators means what? Student has got already capacity. You only help him to prune or help him to grow. That's all. So all these ideas for that wonderful base philosophy can be the Advaita Vedanta, that is the divinity of the man. When I say man is good or bad, it is only his external nature. Internally, he is good. So Buddha exists in everyone, including in the Angulimala. So when you start recognizing and encouraging, you may get a lot of better happenings in the society. Well, sometimes, thieves, we might have to punish them. We might have to threaten them that if you don't do it properly, we are going to punish. It might be required, but our intention should is put them into right track. For that, Advaita Vedanta can be the best philosophy. That is what Swamiji is explaining here. So the core idea is what? Inherent divinity of man. So in medicine, earlier it was suppression. Now it is called healing, actually. Swamiji is, interestingly, Vedanta is linking with the medicine. If you see in the earlier, there is a problem in the body, so we will give the medicine to suppress it. That is what. But in the Ayurveda, it never says that. There is some lacuna. If I handle it, then it will become better. For example, I have got a deficiency of vitamin C. I have got a cold. Then I have to treat vitamin C. Cold will go away. But whereas in allopathy, you should suppress. But so in the modern way also, today, modern medicine also is thinking that body has got innate capacity for self-healing, which is called homeostasis. So we should help the body for self-healing. If it is not possible, then only we should give for antibiotics or whatever. In penology also, they speak, that is in the law and all. So earlier, punishing the criminals, crushed, we have to torture them and all, they used to say. Now it is not so. Rather, the prisons should become reformatives. There should be therapy. It should be a rehabilitation house so that we can change them. The same thing in the education also. All these ideas, whatever you say, that is all because of this Advaita Vedanta philosophy. So people, when we say Advaita Vedanta, people might laugh at us, especially the West, but directly or indirectly, they are accepting it. That is what Swamiji is trying to tell. Yeah.
Consciously or unconsciously, that Indian idea of the divinity within everyone is expressing itself even in other countries. And in your books is the explanation which other nations have to accept. The treatment of one man to another will be entirely revolutionized, and these old ideas of pointing to the weakness of mankind will have to go. They will have received their death blow within this century. Now people may stand up and criticize us. I have been criticized from one end of the world to the other as one who preaches the diabolical idea that there is no sin. Very good. The descendants of these very men will bless me as the preacher of virtue and not of sin. I am the teacher of virtue, not of sin. I glory in being the preacher of light and not of darkness.
Yeah. You see, what a great idea Swamiji is speaking. When you get stressed, when you get down, I am down, Swamiji, today, please pray for me. Like that, devotees, they send message, devotees, they come. If you read this para alone, it is enough for us to rise ourselves. We don't need any counselors. We don't need anyone's help. By reading this one passage alone, we can rise our mind. Such a grand idea Swamiji is speaking. Now, first and foremost, Swamiji is rejecting the concept of original sin. In the West, when we follow, and many people, they follow Christianity, it looks very beautiful, rationality and all. So Swamiji is outwardly rejecting the concept of original sin. Why should I come to Christ? Why should I come to church? Because you are the born sinner. Because you are born sinner, the only way, the path is what? To follow the Christ. That is their fundamental teaching. Well, Upanishad also speaks this in a better way. How? We have forgotten our real nature, so we are suffering it. So I am, my dear, I am trying to remind your real nature. That's all. Now, but unfortunately, they have taken into other extreme in the Christian theologies. But Upanishad also says that. Sokamahita bhausyam prajayayeti. The Brahman thought, let me become many, and that's how this whole world and we all came into existence. We all study in Taittiriya Upanishad. That is all just an explanation for how I came into existence. I mean, the Jivatmas, the individual beings. How I forgot my real nature and I am suffering. Then what is the thing? Then I should remember. Say, for example, I have somewhere I have kept my diamond necklace. And it is so costly, Swamiji, you know that I am unable to remember, Swamiji. What can I do? Have you got any solution? So then what is the solution here? You have to remind it. You have to remember it, where you have kept the diamond necklace. By crying, you don't get it. By criticizing someone, you don't get it. Or criticizing yourself forward. You have to remember and you have to get it. So similarly, we have forgotten our real nature. By remembering our real nature, what? Then I will get it back. That is what the ignorance is the root cause. All right. And afterwards, Swamiji is speaking, and he himself is saying that I am the teacher of virtue. What a great idea, you see. I am not going to say that you are born sinner, because elsewhere he says it is a sin to call that man is a born sinner. It is a sin to call a man. Why? Because it is a standing label on human nature. So he says, "O lions, shake off the delusion, and you are sheep. Rather, you are lions, souls, immortals," and all Swami speaks. So you are that Atman, Brahman consciousness, that is your inner nature. So shake away that weakness, whatever that. So the strength and light is the solution for the weakness, not brooding on the weakness. So he is giving a global shift based on global shift in human dignity. Many times we think that emotionally, Swamiji, Amratu, Alpamanush, we are all common mortals. We are normal beings. What is there? It is our fate to suffer. No, pain may be inevitable. Suffering is a choice. That is a wrong idea. I am a normal person, common person. I am destined to suffer. I am destined to undergo these challenge problems. I am destined to be sewed up again and again by people. No, that is a wrong idea. Whether you are rich or poor, whether you are literate or illiterate, whether you are male or female, whether you are monk or householder, whether you are a king or a common man, every one of us are individual human beings. That is nothing but the self and self alone, Atman or Brahman. So, and when we are in weak, when we are feeling weak, when we are in trouble or whatever, by crying it won't help. Means crying won't help in the sense by thinking I am weak, by I am weak, it won't help. Rather, I am supposed to think I am strong, I am strong, I am strong. So that is what the antidote. And it is not just mere imagination, it is the fact. Why? Because my inherent nature is what? Atman or Brahman. That is the source of the strength. And we can see in the Swami Vivekananda's life itself. When Swami Vivekananda, after his father's passing away, though he was a bright student in search of job, he was going door to door. He himself says, I walked so much, my slippers waded away. Slippers got torn, so much he walked. And he's not having a food, and he was drenched in the rain, and no food. He was feeling very weak. At some point of time, it became so difficult for him to walk. Then he went and he sat under the tree. He was so much tired, he closed his eyes. At some point of time, suddenly started feeling, experiencing that, like when you peel the layers of onion. So similarly, he's feeling that layers after layers, it is getting dissected. And he feels that there is a light or a source of light, source of energy. I am that Atman or Brahman, which is the source of light, source of strength. The moment he experienced it, immediately all his fatigueness went away. Mental weakness, a little uneasiness, agony went away. Not only that, even physical weakness also went away. He got up with full of freshness, with full of vigor, and he walked with full of zeal, zest. So when Swami Vivekananda is speaking that when the call the sleeping souls to their real nature, you see power will come, glory will come, everything will come. And Swami Vivekananda says, it is not a hypothesis, it is not a speculation, it is a fact. And we can see in Swami Vivekananda's life itself. When he was in agony, when he was in trouble, the moment he experienced I am the self. For us, it is an intellectual speculation, but he experienced it. Immediately he could got up with full of strength and he could walk. That's what Advaita Vedanta says. So Advaita Vedanta, it is not asking you to believe anything on faith, no. Because I say, our scriptures say you should believe, no. It is the fact actually. And it is not mere thinking. একটা সৎসঙ্গ করবো, একটা সাধু সঙ্গ করবো, একটা ভালো হবে. Many times as a devotees we think, Maharaj কিছু কথা বলছেন, so Maharaj tell something, let me listen something, I will get some punya, it will bring some good effect. That's okay, that's a one way of approach. No, Advaita Vedanta does not ask you, and Swamiji also does not ask you to do that. Rather, you understand your real nature and make use of it. That is the greatest philosophy has been given by our Rishis in the Upanishads. All right. I can keep on talking on this so much on Advaita Vedanta. Yeah.
The second great idea which the world is waiting to receive from our Upanishads is the solidarity of this universe. The old lines of demarcation and differentiation are vanishing rapidly. Electricity and steam power are placing the different parts of the world in intercommunication with each other, and as a result, we Hindus no longer say that every country beyond our own land is peopled with demons and hobgoblins. Nor do the people of Christian countries say that India is only peopled by cannibals and savages. When we go out of our country, we find the same brother man with the same strong hand to help, with the same lips to say God spread, and sometimes they are better than in the country in which we are born. When they come here, they find the same brotherhood, the same cheer, the same God spread.
Yeah. So Swamiji is speaking from the historical perspective. There are two things. One is, in India, traditionally we thought that we should not cross the sea. The moment you cross the sea, you will lose your religion, you will lose your purity and etc. And very astonishingly and unfortunately, We all know that when Swami Vivekananda returned to India, he was received with great pomp and show. That's a one-side story, no doubt. Kings came and the youngsters in Chennai and other places, they removed the horse and they themselves they pulled the horse carriage. We all heard, no doubt. So many people praised him and so many invitations were there. Swamiji couldn't accept. All these things, fine. But the other things is, in Calcutta also, they arranged a program. And after the program, the organizers came with the voucher and bill saying that we organized a program to felicitate you. Please give the money, whatever we have spent. And Swamiji felt so much pain. Because the whole world is praising him, that's okay. He is a monk, he didn't bother. But he is the son of that Bengal, and that same Bengal, he is asking money for his just felicitation. He felt it very bad, but anyhow, he gave and he accepted. As a monk, he is supposed to accept, he accepted. That's the one thing. Then after some time, they arranged Sri Ramakrishna's birthday. Then the Swamiji gave an idea that we will celebrate Sri Ramakrishna's birthday in Dakshineshwar itself. By that time, I think they were in Alambazar monastery. Because it is Dakshineshwar where Thakur stayed, Sri Ramakrishna, we shall celebrate Sri Ramakrishna's birthday in Dakshineshwar itself, so that it will be nice. Everything was arranged. When the monks, or probably they might have shifted to Belur Math, I'm not sure about it. The monks came along with Swami Vivekananda, other monks, devotees, all they were supposed to enter the Dakshineshwar. Then Swami Vivekananda was stopped and they said that you went to foreign land. You crossed the ocean. As a result, you have lost our religion. So you are outcasted now. You are mleccha. So you are outcasted. You cannot enter. If you want to celebrate Sri Ramakrishna's birthday, others can come and celebrate. We don't have problem. But if you want, you cannot come. If you come, then we will not allow. Then everyone were astonished. Then they were thinking to go back. Then Swamiji said, see, this is the greatness of Swamiji. By that time, he was a great celebrity. But Swamiji said, because of me, Master's birthday should not be stopped. Whether I'm here or not, does not matter, my dear. You all go and celebrate Sri Ramakrishna's birthday, Master's birthday. That would be nice. And he said, he asked them to go and celebrate, and he came back silently to the monastery without any complaint or without scoldings. What a magnanimity. Being a celebrity, he could have scolded, he could have written letter, he could have created a noise, he could have called people, and probably he would have waged a war against the authorities of the temple or the priests of the temple. He didn't do anything. Why? Because as a monk, you are supposed to accept whatever it comes. If someone accuses you personally, you are supposed to accept. Titiksha, we say. In Viveka Chudamani comes, Sahanam Sarvadukkanam Apratikara Purvakam Satitiksha Nigadyate. Chinta Vilaparahitam Satitiksha Nigadyate. This is not for householders. Again, you have to be careful. It is for only monks completely. Householders protest. When it comes to institution, he might protest, but when it comes to himself, he's supposed to accept as a God's will. And Swami Vivekananda, as a true monk, he accepted and he left. Anyhow, the story is apart. Now you see, that's a one-side story. Then the Westerners, they were thinking that apart from their culture and their country, whatever is there, everything is pagan religion. In the Europe, they were saying that all the tribal religions or the original religion are pagan religion. And the same thing in the Africa, they were saying cannibalism. And same thing with India and other things, it is all tribal religion. So one side India, if you go out of the India, you will lose your caste. That's the one side. And the equally Westerners, they were thinking that only we are supreme, our religion is the only religion, great religion, your religion is hedonism. If you follow your religion, you will go to hell, you will never go to heaven. Even now they speak. So these both are there, which is both are wrong. That's what Swamiji is saying. Then what should be there? So he says that the solidarity of the universe, Swamiji is speaking. So Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, our Upanishads, our Veda says, whatever exists in this world, everything is consciousness, everything is pure, everything is divine. So everything is great. If so, then why these differences? Based on the maps or based on the geographical maps, political maps or whatever. So basically we are all human beings. So let us love each other, let us help each other, let us stay each other, together each other. So if you take this Vedantic So I am the everything is one. Probably yesterday, whoever has attended the Upanishad class, Kathopanishad class, you can remember. So the divinity exists in the man, and it is just like an instrument, the whole body. And not only that, in the second chapter, second section, second shloka, Kathopanishad, we saw that even the same Brahman is manifested as a sun in the heaven, and Vayu in the intermediary space, and Hota, in Hota means the Yajaman or the priest or the person who give offerings even in this terrestrial world, and in the house as a guest. Then is manifesting in the terrestrial animals, in the aquatic animals, in the mountains, in the rivers, in the atoms, in the minerals, everywhere. Means Atman exists everywhere, Brahman exists everywhere. The same idea you can relate here actually. And Swamiji is also giving an interesting thing is bringing the science and modern technology. Because of today's modern technology, the whole globe has been converted. I mean, the whole globe has been converted into a global village. Today we are speaking, we know all of this, and Swamiji has spoken already in those days. So the underlying oneness of all existence is the basis of all ethics and all love. You cannot hurt anyone with hurting yourself. This is one more unique contribution of Swamiji. Till now, I have never read anywhere this. Why should I be good? Oh, if you are not good, you will be punished. You will be taken by the police. You will be summoned by the law. So that's the reason in the civilized society, you are supposed to follow rules. You are supposed to be good. Most of us, we come to that state. And second thing, if I am not good, people might not like me. In the midst of people, I have to put a mask. At least I am a good person. I am a gentle person. So because of fear of a name and fame, fear of power and position, I am good. These are the two levels of goodness we follow more or less. And the third is the every religion speaks of, if you are a good person, you have got a direct ticket to heaven. If I do good actions, if I am good person, then I will get a heaven, or I will get a lot of profit. That is called luck, adrushta we say. And if you do bad actions, I will be punished. I will be summoned to, or I will be pushed to hell. This is a this is a third level of understanding of ethics, morality. So I'm just speaking, why should I be good? Because that is your real nature. If I am good means that is what I am near to my divinity. If I am bad means I am away from my real nature, that is a divine. So he is giving the divinity as the basis for the ethics. I don't know how many of you can understand this. This is a quite subtle subject actually. Why should I be good? Because that is your real nature. When you say Brahman or Atman or consciousness or Chaitanya, because your real nature is what? It is good. If you are a bad means you are going away from your real nature, which is not right. That's the reason you are forced, or you don't have any other choice, following the morality, following the ethics, and to be good. That's the reason Swamiji says, do good, be good, see good. This is the whole of religion. See good. We have to see good in everything. Then do good. Then be good. Be good is what? Personality. So when I start seeing goodness and when I start following goodness, what happens? I am a good person. This is the whole of religion he speaks. So the divinity of the soul and the ethics Swamiji is linking. This is a unique contribution of Swami Vivekananda. Till now, no one has brought this basis for ethics as the divinity of the soul or the Atman or Brahman. I hope you understand. I think this is quite subtle point. And also oneness. We are all one. We are all human beings. Love your neighbor as yourself because you are human being and all. So here saying that you are the one, the same soul, the same self, the same divinity is in every being. Then how can you hate anyone? You have to love everyone. You have to feel everyone. You have to help everyone. So the universal brotherhood, even for that, Vedanta is the basis. Swamiji speaking. All right.
Shall I read?
Yeah.
Okay. Our Upanishads say that the cause of all misery is ignorance. And that is perfectly true when applied to every state of life, either social or spiritual. It is ignorance that makes us hate each other it is through ignorance that we do not know and do not love each other. As soon as we come to know each other, love must come. For are we not one? Thus, we find solidarity coming in spite of itself. Even in politics and sociology, problems that were only national 20 years ago can no more be solved on national grounds only. They are assuming huge proportions, gigantic shapes. They can only be solved when looked at in the broader light of international grounds. International organizations, international combinations, international laws are the cry of the day. That shows the
Yeah,
solidarity.
that's right. So Swamiji again show is bringing the Advaita as the basis for all the solidarity. First he's speaking now when you say Vedanta, when Vedanta says you are that Brahman and who you are the unborn, you are the ever perfect person, you are the source of happiness, then the question might come, okay, all of you that you are saying Swami, but our present position does not confirm your theory, the Upanishadic theory of the self. Then why am I suffering? If I am unborn, then who is undergoing the birth and death? Oh, then we say, oh, my dear, that is the body and mind is undergoing birth and death. You are suffering, that is only your mental phenomena. But and all, then why, if I am soul always, I was soul, I am soul, I will be soul, or the self, if you say, then why all these things comes then? The question is given, the answer is given for that, because you have forgotten your real nature. That who are yourself, you have forgotten. That's what that is the basic fundamental mistake you have done, because of which we are paying a heavy price. We think আমি ওটা করেছি এটা করেছি সেই জন্য আমার জীবনে অত দুঃখ হচ্ছে. I have done this mistake, that mistake. When I was child, I did a mistake. I didn't listen to my parents, I didn't listen to my fiance, I didn't listen to my teacher, I didn't listen to my husband, or I listened to my husband. That's the reason my life is like this. We think so many things we think, because of this and that we are suffering. Vedanta says you did one mistake because of which you are suffering. You are appearing to that, it is appear that you are suffering. What is that? You forgot your real nature, or you are thinking as something else. And that is the root cause for ignorance, and that is the root cause of fear, and that is the root cause for suffering. And Swami says that is the root cause for hatred also. I am separate from you. That is the reason, by hook or crook, I will suck you and I will live happily. So the ignorance of the true self, nature of self, is what the root cause of hatredness. So if you think that I am that Brahman and Brahman exists everywhere, then how can you hate anyone? So you can punish people to put things all right. You can scold people to put things all right. But inherently you cannot hate anyone. That is what Swami is telling. So ignorance is the root cause for suffering and birth and death, and also as well as hatred. And Swamiji is speaking, this hatred brings the separateness, and it also breeds the fear. And Swamiji is speaking at the 19th century itself, the globalization. What is globalization? Today, we all know that no country is independent. We are all depending on each other. For example, Ukraine, there is a war, then Indians will say, okay, it is in Europe, why should we bother? No. Ukraine war is also affecting India in some point of time, in some way. So America or even Europe cannot think that now Iran war is happening, I am unaltered by this. No, I am unaffected by this. No, we are affected by this. So we are all interdependent. We are able to understand very clearly. So that is what Swamiji has spoken in the 19th century itself. So today they are saying that we are all one, we should love each other, we should help each other, etc., etc. Whatever we are speaking, that's why international laws have come, international organizations have come. All these things, it is the good base can be not just humanism, not humanitarian philosophy, rather the Advaita Vedanta. When we speak of global things and all, we always speak of humanism actually, more or less. But Swamiji is speaking much higher. That is, the Advaita can be the real basis for all these things. Yeah.
In science, every day they are coming to a similar broad view of matter. You speak of matter, the whole universe, as one mass, one ocean of matter in which you and I, the sun and the moon, and everything else are but the names of different little whirlpools and nothing more. Mentally speaking, it is one universal ocean of thought in which you and I are similar little whirlpools. And as spirit it moveth not, it changeth not. It is the one unchangeable, unbroken, homogeneous Atman. The cry for morality is coming also, and that is to be found in our books. The explanation of morality, the fountain of ethics that also the world wants, and that it will get here.
Yeah, I think it needs a good amount of explanation. The science and ethics, Swamiji is speaking, science is speaking now, even today. If you speak even Big Bang theory, there was a bang, suddenly there was a bang, there was an explosion. Bang means what? There is an explosion. That's how the solar system, planets, the galaxies, everything was formed. But everything was formed from a basic element. That means whether you say universe, galaxies, solar system, Milky Way galaxy, solar system, planets, Earth, and our materials, whatever we are using, everything came from the single substance or because of explosion. So there is the connection between everything actually. Even today, science more or less indirect way speaks, like for example, atoms. Then they're speaking of plasma. In the quantum today, they are going for energy particles and other things and all. So there is everything has been come out from one substance means what? There is everything is what interconnected. That is what Swamiji is speaking. You can imagine now, Swamiji, all these things he has spoken in the 19th century itself. Then if you go little down, then it is all connected with the energy. So what do you say? The condensed form of energy is what matter. Today, the science is accepting. Earlier, we were speaking of using the word prana to represent energy. Actually, we were. So, or in the Sankhya and in the Vedanta, we speak of Mahat. So, at the energy level or at the mental level, we all have come from the same object or from the same material. Then, if you go till below, then the Atman, Brahman, or consciousness comes, or they may say God. So, if you see, there is a solidarity of the universe actually. And that's what Swamiji is speaking in a beautiful language. And he's speaking of morality in the fountain of morality. Why a person should be good? Why should we love others? So here Swamiji, I think indirectly is mentioning the failure of utilitarianism. Utilitarianism means what? It all depends on the necessities actually. Because of fear of punishment, social contracts or law enforcement is one thing, and second thing, it is based on the usage. But Swamiji speaks that view is no more completely enough for the society. So then what should be there? The self or the consciousness or the divinity of the soul should be the basis for the ethics and morality. Why? Because that brings unselfishness. The moment it brings unselfishness, what happens? Then I don't suck people. I don't suck people's blood like a bedbugs, which many companies are doing today, or many politicians or many people are doing it. All these things is what? Because of the wrong ideas. So Swamiji is linking. Of course, we can go much deeper. Probably time is up now. We will take little more discussion in the next class.
Okay.
Yeah, if you've got any questions, any more questions, I'll be happy to answer. Were you able to follow? I don't know. I was go on talking.
Is if anybody has any comment to make or questions?
All right. There are no questions, it appears. Balutak Ben Shavai.
We need time to assimilate, no? So this last line you will be explaining next, the explanation of morality,
If
the
if
found.
if required is.
Yes, it is
You
required.
can discuss. You can discuss in your group and let me know if it is required. We'll explain.
No, means in what angle Swamiji is saying this, that cry of morality is coming also, and that is to be found in our books. Means before that he was talking about the universality and of the soul and self and Atman. So suddenly he is talking about this morality thing. So the explanation of morality, the fountain of ethics, that also the world wants, and that is that it will get here. So what is the link between the two concepts?
So he's speaking. So I think probably you have to understand like this. I mean, the divinity of the man, Swamiji is speaking, and its pros and cons and other philosophies, how they are interlinked, how the divinity of the soul can be the best basis for everything. Swamiji is speaking one after another. So so now Swamiji spoke of the what is reformations. Reformation for the divinity of the soul can be the best basis, and all he spoke. Afterwards, he brought the scientific, inventions, and he also speaking that today even science is also accepting that behind the so-called multiplicity of the universe, there is a one common factor which is running behind all of them. That is the atoms or energy or whatever you can say. Then, after speaking that, again he's bringing back that earlier for the morality, people has to be punished. Then only things will become all right. Society will be in a proper condition. All these things, but now there is a cry or there's a necessity for a new system of ethics and morality. What can be the system? Advaita can be the best basis for the ethics and morality. That's what Swami is saying. So, like, based on the punishment, based on the controlling people, suppressing people, all these things, because of that morality was there, that has been no, it has become irrelevant now. It has become irrelevant more or less. So we need the society is crying for a better prospect or better perspective. For that, Advaita Vedanta can fulfill the necessity. That's what Swami is trying to tell.
Okay, got it. Yes, Maharaj, thank you. So when will be the next class?
Yeah, let me see and tell. I will. mm,
September 2nd.
we can have. Shall we have on this only or Janmashtami is there? We want to have something on Mahabharata or Krishna.
Yes.
Something we can have on Krishna.
Hmm.
Janmashtami is coming.
So second September it will be on Janmashtami.
No,
Yeah.
4th September, right?
4th is a
4th
Janmashtami.
September.
Yeah.
No, class will be on 2nd September. It will be
Yeah,
on
Janmashtami is on 4th, but we will have a 2nd September. We will have class. I wish to say, yeah.
The topic
Anek
will be
Tattva Vijati.
Janmashtami, right? Topic will be Janmashtami, right? On 2nd.
Something on Krishna related, basically.
Right.
So
Maharaj,
you will let me know the title of the topic then.
Yeah, let me try to see.
Maharaj, this Friday, you told me to give a reminder on one day before. I'm giving now. Again, I will give one day before.
Yeah, thank you. I will prepare myself. I have to think on that subject.
These evening classes are becoming very difficult, Maharaj.
Which classes?
Evening classes.
Evening class. That is on Tuesday.
Tuesday 8 p.m. is
Becoming difficult. Why that is the food time, is it? Yeah, I understand. 7 would have been better. Yeah.
Yes, means previously it was 7:30. Still it was manageable, and it is again 8 to 9. It is the then
Food time, I understand.